Hi, I'm Phil Rashuran from Right Maths, and I want to talk today about factorising quadratics. Again, I've already factorised quadratics when you have 1x squared, but in these examples I've got more than 1x squared, or in the first one I've got 5t squared. So the leading coefficient is more than 1. Well, we're going to do it the same way as the previous examples with 1x squared. So if you can't remember how to do that, then I do suggest you go back and look at that previous video. Well, we need to look at the product of two numbers, and the products of the two numbers today are 5 and 9. So we look at 5 times 9, and what do they give? They give 45. So we're looking for two numbers in the brackets which will multiply to give 45. Well, they've also got to add to 14. So 5 and 9 do give 14, so I can use 5 and 9. So in the brackets, I'm going to write 5t plus 5 and 5t plus 9. Of course, if I multiply 5t by 5t, I get 25t squared. I only want 5t squared, so I need to divide by 5. Well, I need to divide that 5 into one or both of the brackets. When I say both, you might have to split this number up, but I can happily divide it only into the first bracket this time. So I can divide that first bracket by 5 and I get t plus 1 times 5t plus 9. If you want to, it might be handy just to check the middle term, which has got to be 14. Well, I've got 1 times 5t there and t times 9, so that's 5t and 9t, and it does give me the 14t, so I'm happy. Okay. The next one then, let's do the same thing. We're looking at the product of 2 and 9. So the product is 2 times 9, which is 18. Well, this time they want to add to 19, but they don't, so let's find other ways of factorising it. It could be 1 times 18. Oh, and that does make, when you add them together, it adds to 19. I want minus 19, so I'm simply going to put in 2p minus 1 and 2p minus 18. And of course, we have to divide by 2 again. Always divide by the leading coefficient. Okay. Well, does the 2 go into either of these numbers, of these brackets? Yes, it does. So I can factorise it as 2p minus 1. Divide the whole of the second bracket by 2 and I get p minus 9. Again, I can check the terms in p. I want 19. Well, minus 1 times a p is minus p, and then I've got a minus 18p. That gives me minus 19p. So I'm happy that between them I've got the minus 19p. So that would be my answer. Well, here's a couple more examples. In the first one, we need a product which comes from the 3 and the minus 16. So 3 times 16, let's just deal with whole number, positive numbers first. So 3 times 16 is 48. Now I can factorise that quite a number of ways. And because it's a minus, the two numbers are going to subtract to give 2. Well, 16 take away 3 doesn't give 2. So let's try other ways. Well, we could try 1 times 48. That's no good. We could try 2 times 24. No. 3 times 16. No. And 4 times 12. No, still no good. And 6 times 8. That looks very promising because 8 take away 6 is 2. So I'm going to want the plus 8 minus 6. So let's write that in. So we've got 3x plus 8 and 3x minus 6. Let's just divide then, and we need to divide by 3 because that's the leading coefficient. So does 3 go into 3x plus 8? It doesn't go into both terms, so I can't divide it into that bracket, but I can divide it into the second bracket. So 3x plus 8 times x minus 2, and you can check out that you get the middle term of 2x if you want to. The next term then is 4 and 35. Now this is a little bit different to all the others. In all the others I had a prime number as the leading coefficient. This time the leading coefficient is not a prime number, and it may be that we need to divide not by 4 into one bracket but by 2 times 2 into the 2 brackets. So let's see how we get on anyway. 4 times 35 is 140. We're looking for them to subtract to minus 4, so that's no good. So 1 times 140, still no good. 2 times 70, nowhere near. 3 won't go in. 4 times 35, nowhere near again. 5 times 28, 6 won't go in. 7 does go in. 7 times 20, 8, no, 9, no, 10 goes in. 10 times 14. Now, well, that looks promising because the two numbers have a difference of the minus 4 that I want. So let's do 10 minus 14. The reason I'm going for the minus 14 and not the minus 10 is that I want the minus 4. So 10 take away 14 is minus 4. So let's write those in the brackets. Remember, I want 4x in each bracket, and we need to divide by 4 because we'll end up with 16x squared, and we want plus 10 and minus 14. Well, I can't divide 4 into both those terms, 4x and 10, and I can't divide it into both these terms. So I need to split it up actually. So I'm going to cross it out and do it as 2 times 2. We can now divide. So if we do 2 into 4x plus 10, we get 2x plus 5. And if we do 2 into 4x minus 14, we get 2x minus 7. And there is our answer. Okay, so here's some questions for you. Stop the video and then resume for the answers. And here's the answers. Well, I hope you liked my video. I hope it was helpful. Please do subscribe to my channel, and please look at writemaths.com. Thank you very much.